Yep, we are up and running. Good evening, Kindred and Canites. We are going to try to get back to Vampire the Masquerade Clan Quest mod tonight. Try to figure out what's going on with the Sabbat. Last time we stumbled upon Hazel's religious lunatic kind of things and ended up trying to kill half the pack in the city. That was kind of crazy. But I want to see the other side of things too, so this time we are going to try to not murder half the Sabbat and side with Victoria, the follower of Set, or Ministry in the newer version of Vampire the Masquerade. The followers have rebranded themselves into the Ministry, but their MO remains the same. They are all about corruption and seduction and vices and all that kind of crazy stuff. Drugs and sex and alcohol and trafficking, which Victoria has had us trying to find some drugs. We've got someone in the room with us who is watching. Say hello if you can. If you're there. If not, it's all good. But yeah, we got this badass, crazy thing that looks like the gun from Sin. If anyone ever played that game. This thing has killed me so many times in the playthrough so far. It's gotten just absolutely ridiculous. Like, I have had it with that gun, and I'm glad I have one now. I should probably head to get some ammo for it from our good friend Fat Larry. Hello, Prince. You don't see me. You don't see me at all. I am not in your territory, and you don't have to worry about me. No. Please don't send the sheriff at me.
Baby girl, you know I got what you need.
Ah, Kenpai, welcome. Oops.
Baby girl,
I fat-fingered some
you
keys.
know I got what you need.
I need to do some shopping, Larry.
Yo, koala ears, lazy eye hammocks and dwarf saddles right here. Hey, don't
Lazy
walk on
eye
by. Look like
hammocks and
Warwick.
dwarf saddles.
Hey, don't
God.
walk on by. I look like Dionne Warwick. Yo, I got dinosaur eggs. We don't know what kind. Buy 'em and hatch 'em. David Duchovny sick. Signed, sealed, and certified. Yo, I got
Larry.
dinosaur eggs. We don't know what kind. Buy 'em and hatch 'em. Hey, don't walk on by. I look like Dionne Warwick. Yo, koala ears, lazy eye hammocks and dwarf saddles right here. Only, hey, don't walk on by. I look like Dionne Warwick.
Oh, shit. No, Yuki, no. No, Yuki. Shit. That was not meant to happen.
I don't think so.
I accidentally hit the mouse button, and that made me punch
Going
Larry. And Yuki decided to just finish him Mortal Kombat style. So yeah, let's not accidentally hit the left mouse button and punch Fat Larry this time.
Baby girl. Yo, koala ears, lazy eye hammocks and dwarf saddles, right here, only here. Hey, don't walk on by. I look like Dion Warwick. Yo, man, got a Galapagos turtle this week only.
I don't need the Brothers Salvage thing, so we'll free up
I got
inventory
dinosaur
space.
eggs. We don't know what kind. Buy them and hatch. Yo, I got dinosaur eggs. We don't know what kind. Buy them and hatch them.
That's better. Let me adjust this down a hair. That's probably better for you all. Larry's kind of loud. Okay. 6 XP, and what do I still have? Okay.
Going somewhere?
Just drive. Let's check in Santa Monica with Mercurio. Alright. Why is it always rainy in Santa Monica? I've never been to Santa Monica, so I don't know if that's a thing here or not. I have my doubts. I mean, it's known for that big old Ferris wheel and the sea and the surf.
Always a pleasure. What?
Let me see. You've got shotgun, 45, Remington rounds. Do I have... I don't have a lot of those. Let's grab a bunch. Pull pin for fun and profit. Let's get a few more grenades. Oh! G36. Well... Coterie trip to Santa Monica. Yeah, the one priest who learned how fun a grenade was. Yeah, and in my in-person game that I play on Saturdays, I was storytelling a my group was invading a Second Inquisition base, and my brother decided that he was going to throw a grenade at a priest, and the priest had true faith, so he could have done some real damage, but my brother decided his character just wasn't going to deal with that and chucked a grenade. Rolls proceeded, and the priest turned into just red mist. It was a thing. True faith does not protect you from a grenade exploding in your face. Almost blew up one of the coterie mates, but she had celerity, so she got out of there. Got the big gun. The thing that almost kills me over and over again. Alright. What have we got? Let's head back to Victoria and turn in that thing with the drugs. Because we did not find the drugs, and that's fine. That's fine. Victoria can be mad. Our Sedite queen here.
You're back.
Or ministry.
Tell me, what became of my stolen drugs and the thief that took them?
The person that took it has been taken care of.
If the thief has paid in blood, then the debt is settled. And the merchandise?
No word yet. I'll keep looking, but the trail's gone cold.
Tell me, does the Camarilla tolerate excuses? Because in the Sabbat, these sad, feeble excuses won't get you far. No. Excuses can be quite bad for your health. Quite dangerous indeed.
I'm sorry, I promise I'll keep looking for solid answers.
Never mind it. Money can buy more drugs, but no money in the world can buy more time, as the Dark Father's arrival grows closer and closer.
The Dark
Tell
Father
me, though,
would be Cain.
how did Arturo handle himself with this matter?
He was fine.
I see. It's good to know whether the cattle are serving their purpose or not. You've proven yourself useful. Maybe I judged you too quickly. Settle into the nest, if it pleases you, but return soon. There's still much to be done before we catch our fleeting fate.
You mentioned the so-called ancient. You intend to do anything about it, or are you going to just order me around until the apocalypse? Wait, can I ask you a few questions now?
How can I brighten your mind tonight, K-Knight?
I want to know more about the Sabbat.
Living among those Camarilla licks. I'm sure there's plenty of the Sabbat you don't understand. We are not thugs, monsters, and mongrels as they would have you believe. What you'll come to know is that we are a sect of ritual and fraternity.
Fraternity? You mean like the pack?
It goes beyond simple brothers in arms. In the Camarilla, you lived in your own haven, fought your own battles. You struggled alone. As Sabbat, we are not so petty and self-motivated. From our communal den to our crusade against the ancients, the pack lives as one.
Definitely a fraternity from the shit I've heard they do, yes. At the low end, the Sabbat are most definitely, most easily described as a ton of frat boys. They will just go out and do stupid shit like light their car on fire and do a demolition derby against each other. But yeah, they are a very communal group. The Sabbat will always live together. They don't have their own separate homes. They don't have a concept of privacy. They're just, they're all just one family living together in one place. And apparently she likes to dig a murder hole into her pack's place and have some ancient Central American sacrificial circle things going on. So yeah, I really need to get more familiar with some Central American iconography. I'm not sure if this is Aztec or what. I'll have to look into that and figure out exactly what native group she's from. Communal den? You mean public housing units?
See, it's modest, yes. The cheap plaster walls, flaking with decay. But it's defensible, and the downtrodden thugs provide both security and sustenance. This is home to all disciples de Xicoat.
I mean, the Xicoat is... I'm pretty sure that's Aztec, related to Quetzalcoatl, I think. It sounds similar. Let's find out. We have these things for a reason. They provide us so much info. Let's see. XIUH. H-U. Wow, I can't type today. Yes. Aztec. Mythological serpent. Yes, typing is hard. I'm old. I am much better at typing on real keyboards than I am typing on on cell phones. I'm okay with cell phones. I'm not completely out of it, but these are where I live. I am a bit of an enthusiast for these things. If you couldn't tell by the quite unusual keyboard. Let's see. And the rituals you mentioned.
See, the rituals of the Sabbat define us. As individuals, as a pack, as a sect. The rites are as many as there are followers of the Sabbat, but some are known to all. The creation rites, which you've conveniently ignored, for now. The Palagrande, the bloodbath. All are importante, pero none so much as the Valdri.
My creation rites. I don't get creation rites because I'm a defector. What do you think, Kenpai? What would Demetrius's creation rites turn into if he defects? Something to strip him of the last of his humanity. He'd never. Yeah, Demetrius is heart of gold. Tell me about the Voldery.
Some mistake it for a binding ritual, but that could not be further from the truth. We take in each other's vitae to unite the pack. As a single soul, we become more capable, more lucid than we could ever hope to achieve alone. We cement our kinship in blood, liberating ourselves from our elders. It is the ultimate brotherhood, the ultimate freedom.
There must be conflict within the Sabbat, though. There's no way everyone gets along singing Kumbaya every night. Pure of heart, broad of chest, dumb of ass. Yes, he is the ultimate himbo.
Of course not. But unlike the Camarilla, who would hide their contempt and strife behind deceitful smiles, the Sabbat have the courage to confront their conflict, face to face, mano a mano. We have the right of manomancy.
Tell me more.
Ritual combat. When two members of the Sabbat reach an impasse, with the pack priest's blessings, the two rivals battle to the death. The rules of engagement are as varied as the conflicts themselves, but the last Cainite standing gets final word on the matter.
That's intense. Have you ever declared monomancy against another before?
No, but as a pack priest I once presided over the duel between a pander and the Losombra that loved to press his buttons. The keeper never saw an equal in the pander, so one night it was finally
combat,
enough.
yeah.
Their problems were solved inside a car compactor with 2 chainsaws. The pander won.
Car compactor, chainsaws, duel. That's dueling chainsaws. We don't have chain swords yet, so we'll just go with the closest thing we have right now. Yeah. Sabbat are nuts. But yeah, put them in the car compactor, start closing the compactor. If they don't win in time, they both end their feud by becoming one being of squished flatness. I have a feeling that was probably something that occurred in someone's Sabat game at some point, and they decided to throw it in here. Hugging it out to the extreme, yes. I'm sorry, Pander.
Perdón. Our name for the clanless of the Sabat. Some do not recognize them as true Sabat, or give them the respect they deserve. I have seen their strength and resolve. I saw it that night.
I'm sure they appreciate that. Let me ask you something else.
How can I brighten your mind tonight, K-Knight?
I want to know more
Living
about
among those scam...
Ritual.
See, the rituals of the Sabat define us. As individuals, as a pack, as a sect. The rites are as many as there are followers of the Sabat, but some are known to all. The creation rites.
Oh, we're same thing then. Technically, since the game takes place in October, they would be very close to the Pala Grande right now. And Andre, the Simisi elder, Victoria and Hazel, the two ducti, they should be planning for the Pala Grande. That should be very high on their mind. It is considered one of the most important yearly gatherings of the Sabat, and it takes place on All Hallows Eve once a year, every year. Let's talk about
How
something
can I
else.
brighten your mind tonight, K-Knight?
I'd like to ask you about someone.
Tell me, who?
Arturo.
He's a fool, but a loyal one. I keep him scraping in the dark, a servant of the Sabat, that he never finds his way to death's door until I claim the time is right. When he grows cold enough to the mortal world, perhaps he too can be warmed by the serpent's fire.
Ah, that is a Setite saying. The serpent's fire. She considers possibly embracing him. She is a follower of Set. In version 5, they're known as the Ministry. They rebranded, like I said a little earlier. But the followers of Set, or the Ministry, they love corruption. They love trafficking. They love their drugs. They love prostitution, seduction, anything to try to corrupt people. They want you to betray what you feel is your morality. If your morality is already being corrupted, and, well, society's standards for corrupted, if you're already on drugs, if you're already buying prostitutes every other night, they might try to corrupt you into innocence. They just want to get you corrupted. So yeah, anything to make you betray yourself. So he really has no idea that the Latin kings are a tool of the Sabat.
He's been with the kings long enough to know there's greater powers at work. But he's blinded by his desire's gleam. He can't see the line between myth and misfortune.
Oh man, Demetrius dodged a bullet then. Are you talking about Simone?
Tell me, who?
Aliana.
I told you before, that book is closed. Unless it's agony you crave, you won't touch even a single hair on her head.
Can't you at least tell me why you're so protective of her?
If you must pry. Her veins still run hot with my mortal blood. I planted my seeds almost a century ago, and still the legacy grows on in her, and her brother.
Okay. Yeah, she and her brother are ghoul families, apparently. She's ghouled them. Interesting. Oh, Simone is interesting. I still suggest maybe talking to Simone a little bit. Just Saturday game nonsense. Simone is a character in our game. She's in the ministry. And she's also a member of the Illuminati. So she's a very interesting little character I've put together. I recommend that the coterie talk to her more often, but they don't quite trust her. I understand. Hard to believe a badass like you would have such a tender spot.
Okay, Knight, listen carefully. My heart may have been buried many moons ago, but question my allegiance to the beast again, and I'll see that yours is removed.
Question her allegiance to the beast.
Tell me, who?
Hazel.
Do you want to hear a beautiful lie, or can you swallow the jagged truth?
Let's hear the truth of the matter.
He is an unwelcome intruder. East LA has been my domain for decades. He brings his filthy pack and unwashed herd to the mission under the guise of asylum? No. A man with that ambition wants all that his greedy eyes can see.
You think he'll try to make a move?
I know that he will. With the bishop gone, he'd be a fool not to.
So until then, you play nice and save face.
Like all within the ranks of the Sabbat, we share a common goal and a common enemy. He is a welcome ally within our domain.
Yeah, sure. Let's talk about
Tell
someone
me,
else.
who?
Someone else.
See?
The Mac.
His deity is the dollar. Fool. He's too young to have learned that the dead don't deal in cold currency. Let him cling to mortal vices. The shadow he casts is no imposition to me. Like any nomadic Sabbat, he'll forever be a servant to his host.
What about the whole ordeal with Ariana?
He tempted my hand, but no true harm was done. A brother in the Sabbat, I couldn't move against him openly. In you, I found the discretion I sorely needed. I owe you that, K-Knight, and I will not forget what you did.
You can count on me. Why don't you tell me about someone else?
Tell me, who?
Someone else? Andre.
Time and again, the Archbishop's earned my respect. He understands the Sabbat's true purpose. I would kill and die for him.
And what purpose is that?
A sword to cut the Dark Father's strings that pulls us nightly. He and I speak in perfect harmony of what must be done in these final nights.
The one within the sarcophagus is at the forefront of everyone's mind. You think he's above being corrupted by it?
If he's as fallible as you think, then know that I am not. I trust my Archbishop. If you're wise, you'll guard your doubts more closely.
I got it. Let me
Tell
ask
me,
about someone
who?
else.
See?
Tell me about yourself.
There's more than just a simple chola behind this painted glare. But I think you know that already. What do you really want to know?
Well, I haven't figured out what your clan is yet. Well, I've already said that, your ministry.
Some would say I am a daughter of Seth, but I am heretic among those corrupted members of my bloodline that swear fealty to the sleeping Egyptian blood god that birthed my clan. No, I've seen the true serpent's light.
So you're anti-tribu like me, or what?
The followers are an ally to no sect, but I know the true danger of their dark father, Seth. I know there are monsters that can and will destroy this world without a second thought. I know that the Sabbat's battle against them is righteous and true.
Why do I got the feeling there's something greater than us that you do worship?
The lessons of the old gods would be lost on you. It's enough you know they are real, powerful, terrible things that dwarf even the descendants of Cain himself. I have glimpsed Shikoat with my own eyes, and he demands adoration.
What is this Chikuato thing really?
As a girl, I never believed my grandmother's tales of the fifth sun, the world's creation. It was nothing but an old woman's mad ramblings. But in the first dance of fire my pack led me through, the turquoise lord himself appeared to me in Nawali form, the fire serpent Shikoat. It was his gifts that pushed me through that night and every bit of vitae I ever shed. It's all my tithings to him.
Okay, she's done the dance of fire, so she is not afraid of fire. She can take damage from it, just like any other vampire, but it will not. It is much harder for it to provoke a frenzy with her. She has a willpower boost to it to being around fire from going through the dance of fire ritual. This sounds awfully spiritual for the Sabbat, heretical even.
Perhaps. It doesn't matter. I know what's true, and more importantly, unlike the followers of Seth, I know that the grandchildren of Cain are an affront to all creation, no matter the path your spirit walks.
As long as we're on the same page. See ya. I wonder how old she actually is. I mean, on the surface, she looks like she's from maybe the 50s or the 60s. But, you know, that's never an indicator with vampires. A vampire can dress like they're from the 50s or 60s, but really be from even hundreds of years before that. But yeah, the followers of Set, 150 years old. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, the followers of Set are... the vampire that spawned them is technically actually the Egyptian god Set. He was really a vampire in this lore, and he spawned many children in Egypt, and they would become his most devoted priests and followers, and they worshipped him as a god, and he swept teachings of Cain under the rug. So he was the true progenitor of all vampires, and all the other vampires are just ones who have renounced him. So yeah. Either way, they're a very interesting clan. They're quite fun to play, especially in older editions when they had their unique discipline, Serpentis. But Serpentis is now rolled in with the Protean discipline. They rolled all the shape-changing disciplines into Protean. So the Gangrel had their Protean. The followers of Set had Serpentis. The Tzimisce had Vicissitude, and all of those got rolled into a single discipline, just Protean, the discipline of changing shape. Okay, that person is not going to be here. You are nothing but a bot. We'll block you. I said block, please. Here we go. Okay. There we go. That person shouldn't be here anymore. Cool. Alright. But yeah, they're a fun clan to play. The Setites, the Ministry. If you want to play someone who likes to lure people to their doom, or however you want to put it.
Sorry, no clients right now. Trying to wrap some things up. Have to come back tomorrow.
It's a matter of life and death.
What the hell is that supposed to mean? You threatening me? This is East LA, you moron. You think I'm not prepared to deal with some small-time punks like you?
Put that gun away. I'm not here to threaten you, but your life is in danger. I'm here to help, but you'll have to listen.
Okay. Talk fast then, before I change my mind.
Why are you trying to destroy the church down the street? Time and time again, you've tried. It can't be worth it.
Are you kidding me? It may not be prime real estate now, but I see something everyone else has missed. I've seen this before in East Hollywood. I've seen it in Brooklyn. This neighborhood is about to get the yuppie treatment. This shitty barrio is about to blow up. I'm gonna make a killing when I finally clear-cut that whole block.
Are you really ready to stake your entire career and reputation on some crappy old building? You need to cut and run.
You're right. I think I need to get out of this town and never come back.
That's what I wanted to hear. Now why don't you be on your way? Alright, cool. Yeah, he was planning on gentrifying East LA, basically. So, we'll get rid of him for Hazel. I mean, it still work for persuasion, but there should definitely be more dominate options. Yeah, that was just regular persuasion. I mean, I could try putting another point in dominate once I get enough XP to do it. See if a third point's gonna help me. There's the church. Sorry, but this building looks like it's supposed to be used for something at some point. Like, usually you can tell a difference between buildings that are just there for fluff in these old games and buildings that are meant to be entered at some point or have a purpose. And that warehouse, for whatever reason, looks like it has a purpose.
I see you've come to haunt my haven. Tell me, child, have you resolved our quest? Has the so-called developer been sent to meet his fictitious maker?
Yes.
Hallelujah! Truth prevails over false idols yet again, and the Church of Hazel Tomes stands another night in all its glory, a beacon to the undesirables and deplorables of the world. Well done, fledgling. And did you inquire into the persistence of the matter? What drives a man so tenaciously towards his own doom?
Didn't have time. The guy was too busy dying to answer my questions. He didn't die.
Travesty.
I chased him off.
But my heart will not be set astray from our path of righteousness. For as dead men don't speak, indeed, neither can they spin a pen. And as we've seen tonight, the sword is stronger.
Yeah, I guess so.
You've proven yourself a loyal disciple. Please, but tell me, do you wish to truly earn a place among this pack?
I got places to be. I'll be back later. Yeah, I think that's the point where it locks me into Hazel and his, Hazel is Malkavian. But yeah, I think that's the point where it locks me into Hazel's, rampage, where he murders, like, every kindred in the city. Or in East LA. Yeah, he, we had a thing last time where he organized this whole thing where he brought, like, every East LA kindred, including that one Camarilla kindred, into his church for some final showdown of doom. And everyone had to die except for him.
Back again, I see. Looking to scratch an itch.
I want to ask him questions.
What's on your mind?
I wanted to ask you about someone.
Who?
There's another bad person here. I see we've got a few viewers, though. Welcome. Go ahead and introduce yourselves if you are comfortable doing so. Welcome to my stream. Alright, there we go. Yeah, let's ask him about Hazel.
If you ever actually listen to the shit that comes out of his mouth, it's a whole different world he's living in. Doesn't sound like a place I want to visit either. Guy gives me the creeps. It takes some effort these nights. Still, I gotta hand it to him. He's done wonders for these followers or cult or whatever those people that hang around the church are about. Solid blood supply, eyes and ears all over the block. They're deadly loyal too. Despite the creepy Southern Baptist vibe, he's got away with people. Speaking of which, he's gonna want his way with you too. He still needs more support to take the title of bishop, so you can count on him trying to court you as well. Up to you, but if you want my advice, avoid the politics.
Speaking of bishops, did Hazel have a child? Some nut that didn't quite work out?
Yeah, quite the scandal. Vic, if I remember right. From what I heard, Hazel thought he found his protege, but the kid couldn't hack it. His initiation rite was gruesome. Something involving a meat cleaver in a house full of non-believers. Nobody can figure out if that's what broke him or if it was just the milk blood doing what it does. But it wasn't more than a few months in the Sabbat before he got chased off, trying to burn down the church. Big embarrassment for Hazel.
They're calling Bishop Vic, the plague bearer, the child of Hazel in this mod. Bishop Vic in the files, if you open up his info, is not a Malkavian. He's a Toreador. So that's interesting that they're saying this. What's an initiation rite?
Ah, right, I guess you skipped all that. Normally when you're brought into the Sabbat, you get put to a test. Something to make sure you got the grit for this life. Murder your family, crash your car into a school bus, let the pack slice you up real good, whatever. It's different for every Canaanite, but always something to take what's left of your humanity and leave it in a bloody heap, right where it belongs.
Okay. Yep.
What's on your mind?
Wanted to ask you about something else. I'll ask you about someone. Victoria.
As much as she gets under my skin, I gotta give her respect. She runs a pretty tight little crew over there in the slums. Turns a good profit from what I can tell. But that bitch was riding me until you set her precious little Tina free. I got a feeling if she makes Bishop, I'm gonna be eating shit for her trouble. If that happens, well, it might be time to skip town. And you watch your back. She's all too happy to help you out, but don't think it won't come with a price.
What do you mean, a price?
She's a Setite kid. The thing they do best is sending you the rope, you need to hang yourself. Corruption, addiction, debt, seduction. That's what makes a kind tick. Be careful what you wish for. There's always strings attached. And once she gets her hooks in you, it'll take a deal with the devil to cut yourself free.
Yep, handing you the rope to hang yourself. Sounds not too different from someone else I know.
Hey, I run a square business. With the Mac, you always get what you pay for. Nothing more, nothing less.
Okay, ask you about someone
Who?
else. What do you think of Andre?
I respect the guy's authority here because it's good for my health. And if you're smart, you'll do the same. But between you and me, he's just another high-strung, pretentious Shemitzi. Sabbat's supposed to be about freedom, not getting sucked into a battle against the ancients every time some fiend gets a hunch.
I take it you don't buy into this Ankaran sarcophagus crap?
The sarcophagus? Please, it's gotta be a hoax. If one of those big daddies was actually here in town, we'd all be a bunch of blood smears by now.
I guess so. Let me ask you about someone else.
Who?
Arturo.
Huh?
Big Mexican gangster, higher up in Victoria's organization, Ariana's brother.
Ah, yeah. He showed up here looking for trouble when he found out about his sister. At first I thought he was some small-time prick, but we talked things out like men. He came around to seeing things my way.
Why not just kill him?
That's just not how I do things. Not if I don't have to. No reason to cut a man's life short. Not when he still has a soul left to sell.
You sound like a perfect Setite right now. Tell me about
What's
something
on your
else. Tell me about yourself.
My favorite topic. What do you want to know?
Which pack are you part of in town?
Most Sabbats settle into a city, maintain it, grow their seat of power. That's never been my scene. Lends itself to a greedy few leading the masses, calling
There's a reason
the
to cut
shots,
this guy
and
as life
generally being a
short.
pain
He's
in
a
my
sex
ass.
trafficker.
If you're
Yes,
really
he
sharp,
is.
you fall in with a nomadic pack. Me and my crew were drawn to the freedom of the road. Well, we were anyways.
What do you mean? What happened to your pack?
We were a little raiding party. Thought we'd knock off Palm Springs and see how long it took anyone to notice. We seriously underestimated the Anak presence there. Took down most of my crew. Wolves up in the hills and the rest of them. So I guess I'm flying solo these nights.
Yeah, there's a lot of anarchs in Palm Springs in the lore. And if those anarchs drove them up into Griffith Park, there are so many freaking werewolves in Griffith Park. Bummer. Tell me something else about yourself.
My favorite topic. What do you want to know?
What's with the guy in the corner?
Vincent, my muscle. Not that I can't handle myself, but sometimes it's better to have some bark rather than bite. He's loyal, capable, and totally disposable. A perfect ghoul.
He's awfully quiet.
Yeah, because he's smart enough to keep his fucking mouth shut. I don't keep him alive for his sharp wit and insightful comments, because he knows if he opens his mouth, he dies. Isn't that right, Vincent? Don't ever let a ghoul forget that they're good for one thing and one thing only. Exactly what you tell them to do.
Wow. Okay, I get it.
My favorite topic. What do you want to know?
What's with this place? I thought the Sabbat was putting humans in their place and tearing the town apart. This is just some snooty brothel.
I know you think the Sabbat is all blood and guts, but sometimes even the baddest wolf wants a clean meal. Sure, we don't follow any pretentious masquerade, but sometimes dealing with the police, the hunters, just ain't worth the trouble. That's where the Mac is only too happy to oblige.
I see. Tell me something about
My
yourself.
favorite top.
Okay, just same stuff again.
What's Sabbat's? What's on your mind?
There's something about the Sabbat I wanted to
What
know.
exactly?
Tell me about your clan.
I'm La Sombra. What do you want me to say?
Oh, he's
We're
La
the
Sombra.
shadows, the keepers, the righteous leaders of the Sabbat. Even if that Shemitzi has pushed his way to the top here in LA.
It's unusual profession for a La Sombra. They don't usually get into vice. The shadows, what's that supposed to mean?
Obtenebration, mastery over the shadows. It's the calling card of the keepers. What people don't understand is that it has less to do with darkness and more with, how to put it, negative space? Either way, dependency on darkness is the one thing that binds all Canaanites together, so it's a nice little leg up on the other clans.
Cool. I should run. Yeah, sometimes it's nice to have little lore dumps. Bahamut and the Wretched, I believe. Interesting. Yep. I mean, it's not something they really touched on at all in the base game. I mean, God. The base game just made... The Sabbat were just your generic thuggish enemies that had, like, no depth at all. And don't get me wrong, the Sabbat are most definitely the baddest of the bad guys, and there are no good guys in World of Darkness. But the Sabbat were by far the worst in lore, but they have depth to them. There is a lot of depth to the Sabbat in lore. But like anything, there is corruption within the corrupted, which makes things even crazier. Victoria, what else we got? Can you do more for me?
You're back. I'm glad. Let's abandon any resentment, any suspicion between us. Instead, help me find a place for you among this pack.
I'd like that. What do you have in mind?
Generosity isn't a mood that finds me often, but tonight she's knocked on my door. I'd like you to answer her call and indulge the night's more euphoric vices.
Yes, I like generosity. Go on.
Normally, my product sells itself, but lately, well, business has fallen to the wayside. Customer loyalty can't be bought except with charity's grace.
Selling drugs. Okay, I'm going to be selling drugs, apparently. How do you intend to do that?
I won't be selling anything, no. I think some of our customers have forgotten what leads their wavering hearts. What they need is a taste to remind them.
And this involves me how exactly? What are you thinking? Christmas comes early? Yeah, I think you'll get a few customers that way.
Take these needles. Hand them out to the barrios desperate and depraved. Many seek guidance from the false prophet Jesus as a path to freedom from our bonds. Find those weak-willed hypocrites and show them their heart's true desire.
I'm on it. I'll drum you up some business. Just
Bueno.
you watch.
As I said, take this to the church and herd our flock back where it belongs.
Alright. I'll be back. Just what I don't think you can ghoul people through heroin. I mean, ultimately, in actual tabletop gameplay, it would be up to the storyteller, but within rules as written, I don't believe that would work. Alright, I have to give it to people around here. Who...
You gonna buy the merch? Or just window shop all day?
I was thinking of just giving myself this other currencies.
Do I look like I'm gonna swipe your card? And forget about pesos, this ain't TJ, kid. I'm not that cheap.
Da.
You gonna buy? Do I? Yeah.
Okay. This one's on me, just a little something to build rapport.
You sure? I mean, pass it over, but thanks, I guess.
See you around. Alright, that's one thing of heroin.
What? What do you want?
You feeling okay? It's been a while, hasn't it? You look like you could use a fix.
Oh, well, I mean, I've been staying clean, coming to church, trying to get things back on track. I shouldn't. Really, it's fine.
Come on, it's just one fix. You can do it just this one time and get right back on track.
Sorry, man, I'm flat broke. I mean, I can get you back next week if you can spare it.
This one's on me. Just a little gift from up
you know,
on
this
up.
isn't a habit or anything, but if you're offering, well, lady, you're a scholar and a saint.
Humanity lost. Of course it is. Enjoy it.
Not interested.
How many are left? I guess that's all of them. Quest log. I've delivered all the heroin and lost yet another point of humanity. Yeah, the game doesn't have stains, it just goes straight to loss. Because a stain can be resolved. And you may lose humanity at that point, or you may not. That was a concept introduced in V5. The stains are meant to represent the conflict going on after you've done something terrible. And if you can possibly justify it. But just a straight up, yeah, just a straight up loss of humanity is still possible in V5. It's just, usually you have to be just completely egregious and totally out of any character that you have to just get straight up lost.
Have you done as I asked? Have you returned our lost cattle?
Yeah, I gave out the needles. They took them all right.
Excelente. La lección es una puta, you know. It spreads. As our profits soar and the blood flows, the pack will have you to thank. Take this piece of your profits now. You see, Unlike your Camarilla masters, the Sabbat rewards its own.
I don't know, I was getting rewarded in the cam, too. Whatever, are we gonna do some real Sabbat shit like hunting down the Camarilla? Or, I don't know, tracking down the Ankaran sarcophagus? Thanks.
You wish to make an impression on the rest of the pack, see? Then it's time they meet the beast within you. They need to see him in your eyes. Are you familiar with Sabbat blood sports?
Oh god, am I gonna light my car on fire and go into a demolition derby against the rest of the pack now? Oh, no, enlighten me.
What are games among brothers but a chance for bonding? The game they play of late, an homage to some mortal video machine? How you call it, Grand Theft Auto?
They're playing GTA 3?
Sí, pero no hay videojuego machine. The stakes are higher. The blood is warm. The mayhem. No illusion.
How do I play?
It's simple. Partly a race, partly a contest of brutality. In the video machine, for sport, you kill the unwashed and unwanted. Our version is no different. The goal is to kill as many streetwalkers, vagrants, and policia you can before reaching the end point.
Sounds fun,
Well,
I'm in.
Go to the park around the corner. The pack will wait there for you. The first one to make it inside La Venderia with 3,000 points wins.
You Sabbat are fucking nuts, you know that? Got it, I'll be back for my trophy. I'm sure this won't cost you yet more humanity. Yes. Hello, corrupt dictator. Welcome. Good to see you. This will most definitely cost me humanity because we are going Sabbat. How is this supposed to work? Kill as many prostitute bums and police officers as possible before reaching the home base at the laundromat. Oh, good lord. Good thing I got the crazy gun. I still don't know my way around this place. Which way was it? Was it that way? I think it's to the right after leaving this compound. I should probably get my defensive abilities ready, because I'm betting everyone's going to be coming at me with guns that can kill me in one shot. Yeah, I should probably save.
Tori said there'd be fresh meat tonight, but you look raw. Did she tell you how dirty those virgin little hands are gonna be by the time we're through with you?
She said it's a game we're playing, but not much more. Fill me in. Save it, shovel fuck. My hands are dirty enough. I know what I'm doing, so wipe the sneer off your face and let's get on with this.
All right, Lick. Show me your worst. Let's see if you can stomach running with us down here in the filth.
I mean, goes with Sabbat Shovelhead. It's a term often used to describe Sabbat vampires who were taken in a mass embrace. They're hit on the head, knocked out and buried before they know what the hell is going on. And they have to crawl their way back up to the surface. And usually they won't have their humanity left after that point, and they'll just be completely frenzied, bloodthirsty, confused, and Yeah. Quite familiar. Cool. I mean, I'm sure crazier has been said in actual tabletop games. I have stomach worse than the likes of you. Let's get this over with.
Yeah.
That definitely hurts. Blood heal. Quest log updated. I've scored over 3,000 points in Grand Theft Auto, an all-time high. Get to the laundromat now to win the game. Laundromat.
Gringo, what are you doing here? Are those sirens? Did you bring the fucking policía here? Estás zafado!
What? Victoria told me to come here.
No. You don't get it. The cops can't be in here now. This is the pickup. The evidence here, they'll take down the whole operation.
Why would Victoria make us come here now? This doesn't make any sense.
How should I know? That doesn't matter. You fucked up coming here, payaso.
Well, Jag is not present, so I don't think he's going to use the term shovel fuck, because I don't think he's going to actually watch this later. But yes, that is definitely a term that his character would use in our tabletop game. Let's just get rid of the evidence.
There's no time for that. There's evidence everywhere. No. This can't go down here. I gotta shake them. Maybe if I popped off a couple of shots down the block here, maybe I can cut these fucking puercos a slip.
Arturo, wait, you can't go out there. There's no way you'll survive.
Hey, puercos! Chinga tu madre, bastardos!
You're under arrest! Come out with your hands up!
Well, that's happening. Arturo was there. He got upset because you led the police right into the drug operations for the pickup. He then disappeared in the night fight off Peace Post. You should let Victoria know how things went.
I return you to hell. Yata!
Alright. Now I feel at home in a Sabat game, running from the police and a big gunfight going on down the street. This is truly how every Sabat game ends up going. You're in some horrific Benny Hill style thing where you're
Hazel,
running down the
calm
road.
down.
The
That
police
seems
are
severe
chasing
for a
you.
minor grievance. She could
The
not have known what
Camarilla's
she was
chasing you.
Don't talk to me like some kind of damn fool. There's not a shadow of doubt in anyone's eyes. It's your careless vices that have spread this plague among my parish.
Be reasonable. We are of the same brotherhood. There's no need for accusations and curses. Our packs fight for the same army. It's never been my intention to let anyone's vices fly so far from my reins.
Is that truly what lives in
You
your
had
heart?
me
How
giving
could
them
it?
drugs.
You have no heart. Perhaps your actions can speak louder than whatever hollow
like I was
words you
saying,
can offer. Bolster my
in
flock. Spread
in
the
every
truth
Sabat
of
game I've
Hazel
ever been a
Tomes
part of, it's
farther
turned
and
into just
wider.
Benny
Overshadow
Hill
any doubt
shenanigans
I
where
may
the
have
Sabat
your
pack is
intentions,
running down the road,
dear,
chased by the
sweet
cops, then by the Camarilla,
If there's one thing I can conjure,
then
it's a
potentially
feast for
by
my
the
brothers.
Quajin.
No one will starve on our turf.
And
not
it's
so
just
long
some
as we
horrible
stand
people
together.
chasing
You have
people
my word.
crazy.
See that it is so. I bid thee good eve, Ductus. Neonate.
Okay.
Never mind you him. Jodido pendejo. Él piensa que le debemos el mundo.
What was that all about?
Any man can be unraveled by his vices. You need only know which thread to tug. These nights, I think Hazel's indiscretions are besting him. But enough of the foolish preacher. Tell me, have you mastered our game yet?
Don't you know it? I ran into Arturo, though. He's had better nights.
Claro que sí. I've heard Arturo was seen escaping the scene. Police in pursuit with only a thread of life left in him. Bueno, then he did what was necessary.
You planned that. What do you mean, did what was necessary?
This game was never for you. How far would Arturo go? Would he take your blame to protect the pack? What is he really willing to sacrifice? To put brother before blood?
So you played me for a fool. Well, it nearly cost him his life, if he's even still alive.
Sí, pero now he needs our help, K-Knight. No doubt the human lawmen are still in pursuit. Go to his apartment, see what can be done to shake the heat.
How is that my problem? This is your fault! She is testing him in very traditional Sabat fashion. She's probably going to plan the embrace soon, I'd imagine. At least that's what I would be planning if I was storytelling this, or if I was the player masterminding all this. Okay, I'll head right over. If you lose all your humanity in Bloodlines, your player becomes white, and just is controlled by their beast, and it's game over. Supposedly, there is something in, something different set up for when you've joined the Sabat. I think it comes in a little later on in the quests. Hopefully before I run out of humanity entirely, but it's supposed to alter the gameplay and I guess put you on a path of enlightenment, maybe. There's nothing for that in the default game, though, so I don't know exactly what they're doing to implement that. This is my first time playing Clan Quest. Oh, Arturo.
Mierda. Of all the vatos, your face. It cannot be the last thing I see. Gringo de la chingada.
Holy shit, you're shot bad. We need to get you to a hospital or you're not gonna make it.
No. No hospital for this. It... A GSW. Too many questions. Can't have that. No. This is it for Arturo.
No, Arturo, we can get a doctor here. No questions asked. Just hold on, I'll save you.
Ariana. Make sure she's... Give my hermana my money. Give her... Just make sure she's taken care of, okay? Don't let her end up like this.
No time for that. You can look after her. Look out for her yourself. You're gonna get better, Arturo.
He's right. There's nothing to be done for him now, except...
the embrace. Victoria, what the hell are you doing here?
If our pack is to flourish, it's in numbers we'll find strength. Arturo is ambitious, loyal, maybe a bit past his prime, but he would be a welcome addition to this fraternity.
It wouldn't matter if he's past his prime. If you embrace him, he becomes the peak of physical ability for humans if you embrace him. And his kindred, well, Cainite, since we're Sabbat, his Cainite powers would only improve him further. Why him?
As I said, he's loyal, but he's also no fool. He's seen things he shouldn't. He was beginning to glimpse into our world. Death was marching slowly towards him. But in this death, he can be reborn anew. Not as a man, but as the beast he was meant to become.
Why do you want me here for this?
His death is on your hands, isn't it? It's only right that you be privy to his transformation. Besides, you should see we, true Sabbat, are not born as angry servants of the mass embrace. No. True Sabbat are born into our pack carefully and with privilege. But the passage is always painful, always a surrender of the soul.
You're going to do this to your own offspring? Don't you care?
I do what I have to. He chose this life, and now he can choose to transcend his weak, crippled humanity. Too long he scraped by a survivor, when he should live as a warrior.
Then do it already.
What? What are you doing here? Victoria? ¿Dónde? Where are we going? The cops. Just... Vete. Ya estuvo para mí.
No, Arturo. You've shirked fate long enough. It's time to stop running. I won't let you rush into the 9 hells before knowing the true masters of the 5th sun.
¿Qué? What the hell are you talking about?
You'll understand soon enough. You'll know the true cost of sacrifice. What it's worth to you and to Teot. See, grandson, take it in. Let my power fill your veins. Give your heart to Shikoat. Become su discipio. It is done. Soon he too will know the fire of the serpent god.
Should I do anything for him?
Give me time to usher my child into this existence. He needs to learn the true lesson
Yeah,
of
the
his agony and what this new
animations
world will expect
are
of him.
really jank. So, you know, for one, early Source Engine, it was never meant to be able to handle overweight people. Number 2, really janky version of the Source Engine. Yeah, it is only jank, and right now we are piling jank with mods that add more jank, with unofficial patches that add more jank, but somehow all come together to make it less jank than the original release game, but still incredibly jank. I see. I guess I'll come back later then.
There's no need for idle hands, Cainite. I have something for you. An opportunity.
Of course, whatever you want.
We, los discipios, we take pride in our trophies. Those that betray us, those that stand against us, we take something from them. Something to remind others of their short-lived fate.
Go on.
One such Contario has made a home of our domain. The Camarilla sent one of their own here to spy upon us. To this night, he's been toothless, ineficaz, no more than a buzzing fly on the wall. This pest will soon be more than an annoyance. So now he's a problem for you to crush. Make him disappear. Permanente.
Who is it?
His name, I don't know. He dresses in rags, skulking, mugriento camarela pendejo, polluting my walls with his false icons, stinking the air with his mangy, rabid dogs. His prying eyes have watched us from the alleys and concrete parks for too long.
Yeah, unofficial patch is basically required for running Bloodlines nowadays. If you don't run that, you're probably not going to get very far. The main mods right now are this one, the Clan Quest. Can't remember all of a sudden. The Antitribu mod, which has a lot of jank. Last time I tried to play through Antitribu, I ended up just hitting a wall with how buggy it was. I do intend to come back to that at some point and try a different version of the mod. The Camarilla mod. Yeah, those are the main mods for this game, but there are a lot of others. I know there's a group working on doing the bringing the unofficial mod together with an RTX remix mod, since NVIDIA released those tools, which could really change this game visually, which would be very interesting to see it in a much more modern graphics style. But we'll see how that goes. Just one day, hopefully, fingers crossed. Or we'll just play Bloodlines 2. Either way. As long as I get more Vampire the Masquerade content. And yeah, I don't want to kill the dogs. I like dogs too much to kill dogs. I think I know the man you're talking about. I can find him and kill him
Then
for you.
you are starting to understand. The Sabbat's currency is fear and respect. Bringing the head of a Camarilla back to the pack will earn you both.
If you knew about him, why haven't you taken care of this? Where can I find him? Let's see.
In honest, he is a servant of Enoya. Their blood runs thinnest of the Camarillas stink. I would sooner have him stand by my side than lay at my feet. But he is indómito y incorruptible. No tiene más tiempo.
Enoya. Let's see how much lore she goes into about Enoya. Enoya is the antediluvian, the founder of Clan Gangrel, one of the third generation of kindred, and a daughter of Lilith and Adam from the Bible.
Sí, ella es the daughter of Lilith, and the faceless master of all Gangrel. The proud animales let her pull their strings. The wise ones stand as our brothers.
Do you really believe all that stuff about Lilith and God vampires?
Don't you? Such skepticism from one that chases the Dark Father. It's strange. If you have no faith in the old tyrants, have faith in me when I tell you there are worse monsters than you or I.
I see. For now, can you tell me where to find this Gangrel?
As I said, he lurks here among us. He paints the walls in the parque across the street, or lingers in the alleys among the vagrants.
The game
and
isn't even
mendigos.
out yet, and at this point the community is looking to try and sabotage it before it's even out and get a chance. Let it have its chance in the sunlight, or the moonlight, before we condemn it to all hell and back. It's just... I know the game has been through a lot. 2 developers at this point. But in all fairness, I mean, they've only shown us small glimpses into the game. We really don't know a lot about how it's going to be, how it's going to turn out. I mean, so what? The character they keep showing us is a woman. I don't care. And they've said that you know, the characters are customizable, so it's going to be like there's a male and a female option, and you can change their appearance. You don't have to have the, God, what have they been calling it? They've been calling it the DEI haircut or whatever the fuck those people are going on about. The game spends that long in dev hell. I mean, I would prefer a game takes a long time to release and turn out good than a game being released too early and turning out bad. Let it cook. I don't care if it takes a long time. I just want a good game. That's my view on the whole thing. I know, like, Cyberpunk took forever, and they probably should have taken a bit longer, although I personally, in my Cyberpunk playthroughs, never ran into a lot of the problems that people complained about. I had some minor glitches and stuff, but nothing that couldn't be easily ignored. Hell, I thought it was funny occasionally when a car would spawn in and then fly 50 feet in the air and everything around it would explode. It was just part of the weird charm of early Cyberpunk. So, yeah. And yeah, people are complaining because they think there's only a female character and she has the DEI haircut. And just all kinds of, like, oh, it's woke bullshit like that, when they have specifically said the character is a customizable character. So, yeah, it's much ado about nothing, in my opinion, and if the game is bad when it comes out, it'll be bad. But we don't know that, and the more we bring the game down before release and review bomb it into oblivion when it's not even out yet, I mean, you just want the game to fail at this point. They don't want a good game. They just want something to complain about and trash before it's released, and then when it comes out and it doesn't sell well because of all their rhetoric from before the game was released, they're just going to be on release, oh, see, I told you, it's terrible, when no one bought it because they bitched and whined so much that everyone prejudged it. The complaints are basically what you'd expect. I mean, I don't know how much you've hung around in the ultra edgy community of Vampire the Masquerade with all of the crazy Gen Xers that live there, but so many of them have gotten into the anti-woke thing, and they believe this game is just a quote-unquote bastion of woke nonsense already, and they are already planning on review bombing it, basically. But let the game be. Let them work. When it comes out, then we can judge it. We will not prejudge the game. I will be streaming Bloodlines 2 when it comes out. I will be putting it through my own paces. If they have love for it, I hope they do, and the game gets a lot of support and turns out well. I mean, the Chinese room, they've made some good games. Amnesia is good. I mean, yeah. I mean, I definitely recommend it, Dictator. V5 is great. Be gay, suck blood, you're getting it backwards, Jag. And you have arrived in the middle of my rant about the gaming community trying to destroy games before they even launch. Yeah, the original game released in 1991, revised edition, or second edition released in 93, revised edition in 98. And then in 04, they canceled Vampire the Masquerade. and replaced it with Vampire the Requiem, and they canceled World of Darkness and replaced that with the Chronicles of Darkness. And then on Vampire's 20th anniversary, they brought back Vampire the Masquerade 20th Anniversary Edition, which fixed some minor errata that was in the game. But basically it was just a compilation of everything in one giant book from all their little tiny source books that they released. Just one big thick-ass book. It was like that thick. I have that on my bookshelf. The 20th anniversary. I have some revised edition books. And I have a lot of V5 books. I'm quite a fan of V5, despite the hate that gets thrown at V5 for being too simplified. I agree they've simplified too much in some ways, but in other things, I think the simplification works a lot. It makes the game a lot more accessible when you are trying to get new players into it. They don't have to worry about throwing 25 dice in a single roll on some really complicated mathematical bullshit with some ridiculous margins. It's just a basic, you know, you're probably in most cases not going to throw more than about 8 dice in most of the time, and in some really extensive, some really crazy circumstances, you might be throwing like 10 or 12 dice. So, yeah. It's just a basic beat the margins thing. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start messing with some of your rolls, Jag. It is friendly on paper. But then when your characters get really powerful and you start getting into a point where you have to have like 25 dice for a single roll, it gets too crazy. And there were too many disciplines. There were far too many disciplines. That's the vampire's powers. And I agree with toning down some of that. I do think in some ways they went too far. Like I was saying earlier in the stream, they put all the shape-changing disciplines under one thing, Protean. It used to be there was Protean, there was Serpentis from the Followers of Set / the Ministry, and there was Vicissitude for Smisi. Now they've rolled those all into one discipline with the Gangrel's Protean. So all three of those clans now share that. Yeah, the core dice rolls are simple. It's just you throw dice. Do you have more dice that are successful than the opposing roll? On paper, it's perfect. Although 5th edition has gotten very easy with its dice rolls too. 5th edition of Dungeons and Dragons. But yeah, that's my big rant about tabletop and tabletop rules and Bloodlines 2, and yeah.
Do not underestimate this Buta. He carries himself like a handsome boy, but he has a man's composure and a warrior's heart. He keeps with him his perros, his war dogs, with a taste for the vite.
You mean animals take our blood as well?
Claro. Animales are single-minded and can even be more loyal than the humankind. They provide eyes and teeth, day and night.
Dog or no dog, he's a
I
dead
want
man.
his death to be a painful one. Bring back a memento, something to remind you of this victory. Show me, show your pack, that you know how to punish the pawns of the ancients.
I'll bring back a piece of this mongrel. Arturo, you're in the table. All right. Actually... Oh god, I need blood, actually. Is there someone alone that I can drink? Come back here. Out of sight, out of mind. That's something. Alright, cool. Close enough. Yuki, no! Why, Yuki, why? Yeah, Yuki is insane. Yes. Yes, the Ocean House Hotel is great. Hello, doggo. Please be good.
Hey, you schmuck. What do you want?
Got time for a few questions?
What's up?
Let's talk politics.
Always a favorite topic. What's on your mind?
Tell me about the cam.
If licking boots and being a floor mat is your thing, go for it. Conventional society was never for me. Not when I was alive, and not now.
What about the Sabbat?
The Sabbat are just as bad as the Camarilla. Worse, maybe? I get we're monsters or whatever, but dudes really just need to chill the fuck out. Keep your distance from these fucks. They might just convince you they have real answers.
What's about them that makes them so monstrous?
Well, like any cult, usually the most fucked up things about it are how people join and how they stay in. Or to put it into Sabbat terms, mass embrace and the vulgar.
So your typical VTM player. Mass embrace?
It goes like this. The Sabbat cruise through your hood, nab a bunch of people, doesn't matter who. Turn them, put them 6 feet under. The ones that dig themselves to the surface get their throats slit with a shovel and made to fight. The ones strong enough to survive all that get the privilege of directing all that newfound rage at the Sabbat elders' enemies. Sounds like a trip, right?
Excuse me, sorry. Can't believe I missed out on a shit show like that.
Anyone ever tell you you're fucked in the head?
Tell me about Voldery.
Well, for a bunch of bloodthirsty fucks, they have to ensure some degree of loyalty. You know about blood bonding, don't you?
Hey, Gokkai. Welcome, welcome. Sure.
There's
what
a
about
science
it?
to it. Mix a bunch of vamps' blood together in one cup, and you've got a vitae cocktail. Whole packs of them regularly empty their wrists into a community cup. Take turns sipping that shit.
What does it do?
Makes them crazy loyal to one another. It's not a full blood bond between any one of them, instead a fucked up fraternity of beasts. If it weren't for the Valderie, they'd just as soon rip each other's throats out. So instead, they spread the hate on anyone that's not in their little gang.
Let's talk about something
What's
else.
up? Who?
Tell me about someone. Victoria.
As far as I can tell, she's the only one here with any real weight to throw around.
Things are
She
going
runs
okay.
the cartel
Just
and the
trying
drug trade from the
to
shadows. gives her muscle and a
make some
steady
more
flow of
progress
income.
in this
No
after the
surprises
kerfuffle
she's
that was
scheming to be
last
the next
time.
bishop.
Any weaknesses?
Well, like any good Sabbat, she's greedy, but unfortunately for you, she's a Setite, so that's just her second nature. Before she's done, she'll make enemies into friends and friends into neat little piles of ash.
Someone else?
Who?
The crazy preacher, Hazel.
Dude, that motherfucker's crazy. Like, borderline personality disorder, Malkavian as far as I can tell. He's got some pull around here, scraping to be king of the heap. And my guess is whatever he's planning is gonna fuck everyone. So make sure you keep your face clean.
What about those weird people he keeps around?
Pulls his followers from the dredges, drug addicts, homeless, lost souls. As far as I can tell, he changes them somehow. Corrupts them along the lines of their own addictive energy and takes it for his own. Best to keep your distance. There's no helping them. They're his eyes and ears now.
Okay, someone else.
Okay.
Prince LaCroix. Alright,
Hey, you
let's
schmuck.
see. Victoria and I have been chatting about
Oh, yeah?
you.
What's that slimy cunt have to say about me?
We both agree that your expiration date is past due, and that it's time to send your fangs back to the corrupt cami bastards that sent you here in the first place. Oh, we were just agreeing about what a pretentious, lazy slob of an existence you live, and that we'd be doing a favor to finally just put you down like the rabid mutt you are. Okay.
That's so? And how is a corrupt, weak-minded little shitheel like you gonna pull that off?
I have to admit, you've been useful to me, Jesse, but unlike you, I'm strong enough to know how to play the game and win at it. I'll use that strength to crush anyone that gets in my way, the same way to take care of all worthless, skulking cowards that piss me or my boss off.
Hate to burst your bubble, but if you think you're the first to try and take me down, you're fucking wrong. Shit's like you don't scare me. Let's see what you got.
He's probably gonna go Protean form, and he's gonna inflict ag damage. Yep, that's ag. What? That was too easy.
Shovel fuck.
Yuki just punched him once in the back of the head.
I'll never submit. Just try to take me. I'll be fighting you all the way to hell.
You're gonna be my bitch lick. Diablerie! I expect you to do what you're told. This doesn't need to be a prison, you know. You can be more than just a piece of me. I'm gonna gut the Camarilla and kick them out of LA. Don't you want to be a part of that? I will show no weakness. My enemies will bow for me, and you will appreciate my strength. Alright. I now have animalism from him. Okay. I don't know how Yuki one-hit killed him, just with that roundhouse kick to the back of the head. And now she's being a teleporting cryptid again. Quest log. You've killed Jesse, the Camarilla spy. You should return Victoria and let her know. Be sure you have evidence he's dead. Is there something over here of his that I can steal? Let's see. Did he leave something? Okay, we've got his arm. That works. Now we'll take that back to Victoria over here.
Hey, gringo. I bet you didn't think you were gonna see me again, eh? It's unreal. I always knew there was things that went bump in the night. I never imagined it'd be me.
You seem pretty stoked about it.
Claro que sí. What's not to like, ese? I'm gonna stay young, live forever. I got fucking superpowers. I can disappear out of plain sight, way. I'm finally getting the promotion I always wanted. Just not the one I was looking for.
Well, it's not perfect, you know. There's this whole bit about having to rip people's throats out to sustain ourselves.
I can live with that. It's not like my hands were clean before all this. Besides, Victoria's explaining it all to me. Humans, they're here for us, como animales. Last night I was just another chump, but tonight, I'm something more. I can feel it in the blood.
What else has she been telling you about?
She told me what we are. She showed me how to feed, how to make la sangre flow. She told me all about the pack, too. That we got each other's back, how important that is. But I can't shake this feeling. Like, she's still keeping me in the dark about a lot.
Oh, I'm sure she's keeping you in the dark about a ton. You got that right. Good to have you with us. See ya, Arturo. Okay. We know she's down in her murder hole.
How did you fare against the Camarilla? Do you have his fangs to bring me?
I was hoping we could. I brought you his claw.
It makes a fine trophy. Mementos like these are what earns a killer of brothers like you a place among this honored pack. Can you see it in your packmates' eyes? They are beginning to fear you. They are nearly ready to share their blood with you, and take yours in as well.
Thanks, Ductus. I don't take that honor lightly.
I feel I can nearly count you among los discípulos. But I must ask you for one favor more. Everything is in its place. It's time the plague-bearer Hazel and his illusions of grandeur met their end. Send word to the Mac. I have some troubling news for him.
Wait, what? Are you kidding me? Don't you care at all about the sarcophagus? This is not what the Archbishop wants. Plague-bearer Hazel? What are you talking about? What do you want me to tell the Mac?
It seems Padre's herd has become quite infirm. Sick with tuberculosis, hepatitis, and worse. The preacher's acolyte, Vic, he was no visionary. It's Hazel himself ticking Doomsday's clock forward with his dark disease.
What's to be done about it?
Mortals, Policia, hunters. All of these will come knocking at the Sabbat's door. It's a tension we cannot afford. Not while the world falls to pieces around us. And the indignity that one of our own would carry out the Dark Father's scheme? Our sacred blood demands the head of this traitor.
I see, and how does this involve the Mac?
El Padre is hungry, but he cannot feed from his own tainted herd, not as they grow so weak y enfermo. His thirst has overstepped its bounds. With his deranged song, he's lulled the Mac's finest assets away from their rightful place by the Shadow's side. The Mac should know what his brothers betrayal.
In this game or in Vampire in general? Because right now, dealing with these Sabbat, there are two warring packs. There's her pack, and there's Hazel's pack. And they are both vying for control of East LA and trying to please the priest Andre, or the bishop Andre. And the winner of their little pissing contest is going to be the Chosen and become Andre's right hand. Well, you can only be aligned with one of the groups in the game as far as it goes. The mod adds the Sabbat, which is these guys here. The default game, you can align with the Camarilla, the Anarchs, the Kuei-jin. You can go independent, and those are your basic options. Or you can align with the Prince, but that's spoilers. The Prince kind of goes against the Cam. So, yeah. But right now, I'm just with the Sabbat. I'm only aligned with a single faction, as the game lets you align with only one of the factions. Didn't Hazel come to you looking for help with that?
Observant. Good. But that was never meant for your eyes. Keep that secret close to your heart. It may have been I that found the girls to the river of his madness, but it was he that was seduced by the pureness of the blood.
Okay, I see what you've done. You're so manipulative. You've got me in too deep now, so I guess I'll bring the Mac in on your scheme.
Go, vas enseguida. I've spoken with André. This war party already has the Archbishop's blessing. We'll take the battle to Hazel at his church. All of us. We'll make sure the Mac has friends at his side when we smite this apostate to the Sabbat.
I'll see you at the church after I talk to the Mac. There's that fucking skinwalker cat. It's not a cat, it's evil. Yeah, that is not a real cat, Kenpai. That thing is a force of evil, and I will not allow it to walk this earth, or at least I wouldn't if weapons were allowed in there. We'd deal with it. The only way we deal with skinwalkers. Alright, Mac, you are gonna help us.
This is bullshit. I'm gonna give those bitches a piece of my mind and a taste of my belt when I get my hands on them.
Oh, God. I still want to kill this man. What's the matter?
2 of my girls just up and left. Who the fuck do they think they are? We had an arrangement. Their lives are to serve me, and I'll let them know when they can leave. When they're dried up and spent.
You have dominate. How did they do this? There is no way. You are a La Sombra. You have fucking mind control. You are a pretty piss poor La Sombra. What was all that talk about serving their best interests? Sounds to me like maybe you're not as benevolent as you put on.
Don't. Now is not the time to get on my bad side. Unless you want a one-way ticket to the abyss, you little prick.
Let's see.
What the fuck are you talking about? You trying to rip me off?
I spotted them down at Hazel's church. Seemed like they fell in with his little cult.
Ah, so the holy man wants some action too. You gotta be my delegate. There's no reason for this to end badly. We can work something out. Just go to him and tell him this can all be overlooked for a fair price.
I don't think it's like that, Mac. He's sick and spreading disease. I think he's gone full Malkavian.
What? You think this is about more than just blood or sex?
Word is he's the one that put all that crazy ideas in Vic's head. He's a plague bearer. It's been his holy mission all along.
Fuck. And those girls are as good as dead. Total.
You should be afraid of Malkavians.
It ain't right.
I have not gone into Malkavians a whole lot in our Saturday game, but if I do, and one of them is the bad guy, you better question everything I do. Because that is going to be an absolute shit show. Victoria's putting together a war party. Meet us up at the church if you want a piece of the action.
Payback is a bitch, ain't it? Vincent and I will get our shit together and head on over.
See you at the bloodbath. Jag, you are not counting on dementation, apparently. Wait, this isn't the right way. That's the right way, yes. I don't know my way around East LA! I mean, you can always just go with the Malkavian. Let's save.
So you see, faithful followers, true believers, death shall come for you, just as it comes for us all.
Yes,
I
Malks
urge
are the
you
crazy
to welcome
ones.
Its bittersweet embrace with a
He's a
warm
Malk.
heart. For it shall... You treacherous viper! You two-faced temptress! You contemptuous, insolent wench!
Is this how you welcome all friends into your temple, Hazel? What's the matter? Not feeling yourself these nights? You seem a bit enfermo.
You treacherous swine! You bring famine and pestilence upon my house, but I shall bloody my hands with war and death to—
Your pride has gotten the better of you this time, Senor Thoms. Blame the devil for your sins if you must, but it's not me. Not anyone in this war pack spreading your disease, your demented vision of Gehenna.
Oh,
I've done stuff for both of them.
Hypocrite! Curse the earth you stand upon. It's your vices that have brought this plague. It was your word that was broken.
We're betraying
to
each
feed
other
my
now
hungry
because,
flock. I will strike you
why not?
down with—
Please,
It's a
Hazel,
Sabbat
stop
thing to do.
dreaming. We all saw what happened with esa basura Vic. You can blame him too, if it eases your fevered head. But your excuses won't stand. You're not that important. Your title means shit. And you won't step in on our turf any further.
Those girls are gonna cost me a pretty penny, Hazel. Somebody's gotta pay, and your credits dried up real fast in this town.
But blind, unwashed heretics, the whole lot of you. Victoria, you crooked harlot. I will dig up your heart and cast it into my hearth to heat my home. Mark my words.
I'm sorry, but there's no place in the Sabbat for a self-obsessed, plague-bearing, Gehenna-dealing traitor like you. This is street justice, bendejo.
You think I am beaten? You doubt the glory of Hazel Tomes, you fools! I waste not and want not. I am no judge of the wicked, no! All that follow me shall find salvation. Rise up, my flock. Feed yourself on the flesh of the meek.
Well, we've got necromancy. Hello. Okay.
Hazel, his acolytes. Such a shame that blind ambition would get the better of our brothers. But his sacrifice will not be forgotten, not wasted.
This is Bouldery.
No, quite the opposite. Even his tainted blood, spilled upon the earth, will feed Quetzalcoatl in his battle against the Red Star, the harbinger of this cycle's end.
The Red Star Wormwood.
So shall our blood feed each other, so long as Cain's grandchildren lay at rest, ready to rise up and run amok. The battle for the fifth son is ours as well. And now,
apparently that
with
man
every
glitched.
pretender lying
And
in
apparently
ashes, this
Arturo
pact stands
glitched.
at the forefront of the war against the ancients. Time is the fire
If
we all
I
dance in. And
Diablerized
while this
Hazel,
hour burns bright with strife,
I would
I shall
at
take the
that
turquoise
point,
lord's hand and lead this pack through
also
the blaze
become a
of
plague
Gehenna.
bearer. Because
With providence
diseases
towards
can
the battle
live
to come,
inside a
I
kindred's
welcome
body,
these two
a
new
vampire's
warriors
body,
into our pack.
even if
Both
it's
have
not going to
sacrificed and
affect
endured
them.
to stand here
They can
among
spread
us.
it to others
Both are ready to
and
take
be a
our blood as
problem
their
for the
own,
community.
to make them whole again, to make them disciples de Xicoatl.
So if I start spreading disease to everyone that I feed on, it becomes a problem for all vampires. But yes, that's that ritual that we just did right there. That's a Voldery, and that every kindred in the pack will contribute their blood to the chalice, and every kindred, every Sabbat, every Cainite will drink of it, and they will form a blood bond to each other. I mean, technically, any vampire can drain any vampire dry and perform diablerie. As far as what the consequences of this, it is different. Like I said, I would definitely at that point be diseased and be a plague bearer, and I would, you know, spread whatever diseases I had to random people I fed on. But there's also the taming of the soul. If you don't properly tame the other vampire's soul, yeah, the game wouldn't let you. As far as diablerie targets in the game, they are all pre-chosen, basically. So they're scripted by the mod. And I believe it's major faction leaders and other famous vampires that are in the game. I guess the guy over here with the dogs, he was chosen simply for being a character in this mod. But you can diablerize the Anarch leaders, you can diablerize the Camarilla leaders. I believe you can diablerize Jeanette or Therese, whichever one survives your little thing with them. And, oh god, who else? I think you can diablerize, what is it, Nines and Damsel, I believe, are on the list. Beckett, I think, is on the list. Yeah, you can't just do it to anyone. The Nosferatu in Santa Monica is on the diablerie list, too. But yeah, it's all scripted events.
Yo,
I just can't,
killer. I got something
go
you need
and
to hear
walk up
about.
to any vampire and do it. What's up, Arturo?
Remember those drugs that disappeared? I haven't forgotten about that. And I hope you hadn't either. It never turned up. So we still got a job to do, Holmes.
I haven't found anything since then. I got no leads, man.
Si, pero I might know something. This kid, Eduardo, he's been a soldier with the Kings for a few years now. Never any problems with him. Not until now.
What do you mean?
He gets his cut, fair and square, just like everybody else. I know how much he makes. What I don't know is how he can afford the sweet new wheels he's flashing around the hood. He's gotta be double dealing somewhere else. If he thought he could rip me off and make a buck on the side, I'm gonna have his balls in a jar.
You sure he did it?
Seems like these nights I can't be sure of anything. My gut says he's the guy. You'll have to shake him down to be sure. Or just put a bullet in his brain. That should make damn sure he's not double dipping. Up to you.
Any idea where I can find him?
Chido, if you can, find out who he's selling to. If someone's trying to move in on our turf, I want to know about it.
I'll find out what's going on. Down the murder hole.
¿Qué pasa? How does the night find you?
I guess we just got questions and that. So, fucking Skinwalker. But yeah, whenever you Diablerize another vampire, though, there is a chance, if you roll poorly enough, that they actually take over your body and continue living in your body. So yeah, you don't want to do this lightly, especially if you don't think your character has the roles to perform a Diablerie. Because that's a big thing. It's a really big thing. Let's see. New blue Malibu and get the truth out of him. But yeah, you, depending on... I mean, there's a lot of explaining to do anyway, because you are... It's considered the worst crime in vampire society, in civilized vampire society at least, to perform Diablerie. So yeah, among the Camarilla, the Sabbat, the Ashira, most independent vampire, or among the Camarilla, the Anarchs, the Ashira, and most independent vampires, people are really going to shun you if they find out you've done that. Not to say that most of the elders haven't partaken in Diablerie at some point in their existence. But yeah, if you fail and then you become the person, basically your character at that point, you hand over your character sheet to the storyteller, your character becomes an NPC, and you get the greatest gift of all, a new character sheet. And there are varying degrees of success on Diablerie rolls too. If you roll well enough, you can completely suppress the soul of the vampire you've eaten. You'll gain their powers. You'll gain a buttload of experience points to spend. And you can go about your day. You could roll middling, and then that vampire's forever going to be in your head bothering you, influencing you, doing their own thing. And you could just roll flat out poorly, and like I said, you turn your character sheet over to the storyteller because you become an NPC at that point, and you are the person that you ate.
I don't think so.
Alright, so that's the car, I'd imagine? Is he maybe in this place?
Deb's back, and she's got a fresh cup of coffee ready to take.
Well.
In case you didn't know it, you're tuned into the
Wow. You are beautiful.
How about I buy you some dinner and we get to know each other a little better, huh? We can call it a date if you want, baby.
That'd be lovely. I always appreciate a gentleman, especially one in such a good mood.
You seem cool. I'm about to hit the club with my boys. Why don't you come with us? You can ride with me in my brand new 69 Malibu. Should be fun, right?
That's your car up front? Must have cost you a pretty penny.
It's not a man. I work hard. I want to play hard too. You know, I got some side projects going on, so I'm good on money right now.
That's great. What was it you said you do?
Oh, I work for a cleaning business, but I've been doing some favors for this guy. Nothing too hard. He's making sure I'm taken care of. What more could I ask for, eh?
Arturo needs to know who it is, Eduardo. Tell me, and your friends can leave here with your knees still intact.
It's like that, huh? Arturo's gonna stick some hitman on me just because I want to taste the good life? You think I want to waste my years hoping it pays off with the Kings? All me and my boys ever wanted was easy money. You tell Arturo if he wants to cut on what I'm making now, he's got to pull his fat ass up off the couch and catch me himself.
Let's see. Nothing personal for me either, Ed, but I can't let you go. Well, they killed him. they killed him. Oh, God. Chateau de Mac, 3526 Santa Rita Avenue. Yep, friendly fire. They just shot their boss in the back. Quest log. With the Mac's address on it. Is the Mac up to something with all this? Please tell me I get to kill the Mac now. Oh, door's locked. I guess we'll talk to Arturo first and see what's going on. Something left over from my rampage when we were playing Grand Theft Auto. God, I'm down to 2 humanity. Oh, the game better give me some reprieve on this soon.
Take care of things with Eduardo yet?
Found something, but I need to take it straight to the top. Whee!
¿Qué pasa? How does the night find you?
We need to talk, Victoria. I think I know where your drugs went. You're not gonna like it. We've got a traitor in our midst.
A traitor? That's quite the grave claim to make. Careful what words fall from your lips, Lick. Arrogant insults and hollow rumors could easily bring you the final death.
It's true, Arturo and I figured out one of the kings is being played by the Mac. Same kid just so happens to have a lot of extra money lying around. Coincidence?
And that's cause for what? to strike down a fellow Sabbat because of coincidence. The Max made himself more and more unwelcome these nights, but we won't betray him out of inconvenience.
Let's see. Yes, I know, I'm Sabbat. I'm playing Sabbat. So what? Look, I saw what he did to Ariana, how he got in her head. It makes sense that no one I talked to before could remember anything.
Why would he steal from me? Is that gamble really worth the thrill?
We won't know for sure unless we ask.
I've long wondered his ambitions in my city. Idle hands and with eyes so big and wide as his, it doesn't fit. What is he waiting for? And without a pack, it's a disgrace. Yes, Cainite, I think my patience for him has met its end.
What do you propose we do about it?
Gather the pack, Gringa. It's time we paid our shadowy friend a visit. Find out the truth of his nature. If the eyes behind his glasses are really so big. I will cut the serpent's light from his chest myself if his love for his brothers is truly so slim.
I'll grab Arturo and get ready for a fight. Okay. Arturo. Can I talk to Arturo? No. Did it fire correctly? Ow.
How can I...
I guess maybe we'll just try going over to the Max house. Of course, it could just be broken because, you know, piling jank upon jank. Okay, we can go in now. Cool.
Victoria? You're here in numbers tonight. Putting together another war party? What can I do for you?
Why don't you tell me, Mac? Tell me, is someone deserving of the final death?
I don't understand.
You understand perfectly. Have your pockets grown too deep? Have you reached so far you've hit rock bottom? You've overstayed your welcome in my barrio and you'll be leaving. Tonight.
I really don't know what you're talking about, Victoria. Let's just hash this out. Before you do anything, we're both gonna regret.
Stealing from my coffers has left you lazy. Sloppy. Play the fool if you must, it suits you well. But I already know how you've plundered my kingdom, with tooth and blade. I'll find out why.
I guess you've been talking to someone you shouldn't. Fucking idiot kid. I knew this night would come. Sooner or later. Just walk out of here now, Victoria. I'll disappear. You and your whole pack will still get to see tomorrow. Everybody wins.
You degenerate cheat. Always the glib tongue. I'd love to teach you a lesson in pain, cutting it from your pretty head. But this mistake will be a fatal one.
Fine. You wanna play it like that? It's your funeral. Vincent, it's time to earn your keep.
Okay. Ow.
Stop right there.
What the? Oh, crap. He's got shadow beasts. where did he go? Where did they go? Fucking Sombra. Are they dead?
You were too greedy, Mac. I should have eaten your soul when you trifled with me, Familia, but it wasn't enough. It could never be enough for you. Bazofia chingado.
Excuse me. It was definitely the Schlatka model that's used in this game, but it was retextured. I think it's meant to be a shadow beast.
Be careful what you put into
that
the
was
world,
something the
Gringo.
La Sombra used to
It
be
will
able to
always
do
find you in the
in
end.
older editions of the game. Summon beasts out of the Umbra to fight for them. They don't have that ability anymore, so yeah. Why didn't you just kill him when he enslaved Ariana?
A warrior of Cain whose heart still bleeds for some. Wretched, insipid flesh bag. How do you think my enemies would find that? For them I play the icy mistress. I can never concede my true heart's garden.
You're puzzling, Victoria. I can't even begin to figure out.
It's doubtful my treasury was where his greed began or ended. Let's look through his things. If this imposter had help, I want to know it.
I'll look around. Excuse me. Come on, Arturo. Come on. There's a rat. What is this? Yo, boss. I got your computer set up just like you told me to. There's a password on it now, too, just like you asked for. Remember the art on the wall you asked me to hang? Well, boss, if you forget the password, you can always ask me, of course, but the art should help jog your memory, Vincent.
Manny?
Ah. Please go away. I just want out of the bathroom. I want out. Okay. 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 Email. Playboy, of course. Meet tonight. Sarcophagus is secured. We can make the exchange tonight. Gary appreciates your brokering of this deal, but would like to remind you if there's consequences if you don't fulfill your end of the bargain. Bruno's transferred the money, so we're all set for tonight, right? You're much more reasonable than the Nosferatu to accept our considerable offer for the sarcophagus. On behalf of Clan Giovanni, you've done our eternal gratitude brokering this deal. Since you seem to have the other Sabbat busy and chasing after their own tails, we can use your place as a neutral territory for the exchange. Seems like they'll never know it passed them right by. You're more than welcome at our mansion later this week for the banquet and opening party. So he brokered moving the sarcophagus to the Giovanni. Finances. Goya. Ledger. Gross monthly income, $12,400. Transfer from B. Giovanni, $100,000. Transfer E. Montes. $10,000. Income sale narcotics. $25,000. Transfer City of East LA. Okay.
For all his sins, he was a good salesman. He spent his nights selling flesh as fantasy. Just as he sold me the fantasy that each and every one of Cain's children is devoted to his brothers. Pinche farsante.
Hell yeah, let's go crash his little cocktail party, give the Giovanni what they deserve.
The Archbishop needs to know of this. Go to the Hollowbrook. Bring this news to him at once.
I'll go at once.
Go to Andre now. Andale. There's little time left in the night.
Okay. Go to Andre. Andale. I should probably save, since using that taxi to get back to the normal non-modded game can sometimes be flaky. Aha. Oh, more ammo. From my shenanigans.
Going somewhere?
Take me to downtown. Fingers crossed, don't crash. We're good. Actually, the Hollowbrook is on the other side. That's right. And then we can head to the Giovanni. The Hollowbrook Hotel. Oh, everyone's here.
What's this I'm hearing? We're gonna go swipe some old coffin. ¿Por qué? What the hell for? Somebody planning a funeral? Or is Victoria just getting bored?
There's some old legend that there's an ancient vampire sleeping in it.
I still don't get it. Who cares? We do the same thing every day and nobody's busting into my pad looking to drop vengeance on me. Let him sleep.
Everybody wants a piece of the geezer vampire inside to take his power for themselves.
No mames. What I gotta do? Eat his heart or something? I've heard some tall-ass tales, but now I know you're just fucking with me. If it was that easy, this whole city would be one big 24-hour buffet for the baddest vampires on the block.
Hear about diablerie? You drain another vampire to death, you gain some of its power. The more powerful the vampire, the stronger the hit.
Puta. Every time I think I know the score, then this vampire shit goes deeper. But more power. I can already pick up a car and spit acid, but Victoria says there's some fun tricks I ain't seen yet. If the only thing it takes is dusting some pendejo I never met, then sign me up.
Careful with that. I hear it's addictive and not in a fun way.
Whatever. Addiction's been my trade for years. I've tried every drug the street can cough up, and I never cut into the supply. I can handle myself.
I wouldn't count on it. I've seen what happens to people that drink too much vampire blood. It's not pretty.
Yeah. Who's the lucky winner we're gonna knock off tonight?
The Giovanni? I haven't dealt with them yet. Apparently they can talk to the dead.
Talking to the dead? Now, see, that's what I'm talking about. You just point me at whoever's neck I gotta bite to learn that one.
You win then?
Claro que sí. I got your back, homegirl.
So-called Masters of the Veil. They tamper with energy they cannot comprehend. Already they meddle in the next world, stealing lost souls from Nitantekli. For this alone, we should crush them. Now they would damn this world as well. opening the sarcophagus in Augustus' name.
I'll send them to their precious dead. Care to
Glad.
accompany?
By the fire of Shikowat, I'll guide this pack through tonight and give the bone dancers a coward's death.
Great, let's head out. Am I actually going to bring all of them with me?
Why do you return empty-handed? The sarcophagus must be secured. Our time grows short.
I don't have the box, but I have a lot of news. The Giovanni have been working against us. I found and killed a nomadic Sabbat that sold it to them. The sarcophagus is at the Giovanni mansion.
Feeble, tactless necromancers. We will pry the sarcophagus out from their dead, cold ashes. You have done well, Cainite. You have served the Sabbat loyally, and you will be rewarded. But your quest is not yet over. You must still retrieve the sarcophagus before those foolhardy would-be pretenders open the accursed box. Take this blade to flay the skin off their bones.
What's the deal with the Giovanni? Are they Sabbat? Camarilla?
They are usurpers, hardly worthy of the title Cainite. They stole their gifts, and their sacrilege goes deeper still, for their antediluvian walks among us now. They openly revere Augustus Giovanni. They are but children, toying with power they cannot possibly understand. Their parlor tricks and seances will not save them from the true ancients.
What do you mean, seances?
The Giovanni think themselves mages worthy of rivaling the Tremere. Their dark spells grant them dominion over the many lost souls that walk this world and the next. Communing and controlling the dead may serve them well. They will soon join the departed.
I'll get the sarcophagus, ghost and magic or not.
Go now to their mansion. Return with the sarcophagus, and spare no one.
You'll see me soon. Interesting. Am I supposed to actually kill all the Giovanni? Like, is this no longer a stealth mission? Is this a let's murder these bastards? That's interesting. Alright, well, I guess we'll save here and call it for the night. And next time, we will pick this up next time and head to the Giovanni mansion, and then you get to see the depravity and insanity that the Clan of Death can bring us. So everybody have a good night, and I will see you next time. Have a good one.